Hi everybody, welcome to the show, and we're here sitting out in the middle of a park somewhere, I think on Joel Terrace in East Perth. Is that where we are?
Yeah, yep. Very green too, as I'm seeing around us.
A little bit of rain always helps, and of course I've got Action Man here. How you going, Mike?
Yeah, pretty good.
And we got a whole show. We got so many stories we got to try to get through. As you know, on Balls and All, we said some time back when we went way back and did the Wildcats that we want to sometimes take you to places because not everybody can get out and about. And as you've seen, we've been to the Wildcats. We've been to Mandurah and Mora, and we're soon off to Manjimup, the big No Mercy Challenge.
Yeah, there is actually a few places outside of Perth that people don't know about.
That's right. We live in a fantastic state with some of the most beautiful country, and of course whenever we get the opportunity we're going to be taking you to all these different places. And if you'd like to suggest us to go somewhere, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like to tell us where to go. Just send us an email, and don't forget, if you want your sports or leisure, give us a call or email us is always the best way. Now a couple of things. Raymond, I want to say a big g'day to Raymond, and also to Murray from cruising. I've either gotten much better looking or I've lost tons of weight because the last couple of weeks people have said, oh, that's that bloke from cruising. So don't forget, tune in 8:30. Make sure you catch Murray and the whole gang there, all about your cars and everything. Great show.
And catch up with us afterwards, which is also another good show.
Good. We got the helicopter up there chasing us. We'll be right with you, boys. Just write the ticket. Okay, let's get the, as we always say, get the balls and all rolling. And where are we going to first?
We're going to a remote control story that I think Wayne did.
Yep.
I'm not sure where it is, but we'll soon find out.
We don't even know where Wayne is.
Yeah, that too.
Does Wayne know where he is?
He's always late, so we don't know where he's coming from.
Wow. Let's go and have a look at some guys who play with remote control cars.
Hello, we're somewhere. I'm going to tell you exactly where we're at. We're at on Mujabin Street at the WA Model Car Rally. Actually, I got all that out. I couldn't say it 3 times fast. But anyway, we're going to interview some people here, and almost got hit by a car just coming over here. But the problem is, good for me, it was only a little miniature one. I know a lot of people want to hit me with the regular vehicles, but we'll have to talk about that later. Now I'm speaking with the president of the club, Jerry Sturwell, and he told me that I would probably have to salute him before I get... So how you doing, Gary? I salute you.
Not too bad. And yourself?
Good.
Excellent.
Now, a lot of people want to know how this club got started and what's it all about.
Okay, basically it was a group of enthusiasts got together probably 12, 13 years ago and formed a club. And actually I think they started just racing on grass to begin with, and then they got some funds together and slowly built up the facility that we've got here today. Which is
okay, now how many members do you have currently?
Currently got about 40 members.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been picking up over the last 12 months, which is great, and it'd be great to see a few more people coming down and joining us and enjoying the fun.
And that's why we're here.
Excellent.
Now also too, for somebody to become a member and what have you, what are some of the requirements?
Basically they need a car, a radio control unit, and a charger that can automatically cut off. A lot of people buy chargers or charging leads, which they just hook onto the car battery and hook onto their NiCad batteries for their model car, and if they forget those, they can explode. So we require people to have a charger that will cut off after 30 minutes of charging, or detect when the batteries are fully charged and automatically cut off for safety reasons more than anything.
Okay, now...
So that's all they really need.
I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah,
I'm just starting it with this. Now, how much would I have to have in the old coffers to get started for your basic run-of-the-mill start?
About $300. You could buy yourself a second-hand car, radio, battery, everything you really needed. For $300 would get you happening. And then, of course, if you want to go crazy like some of the guys do, you could spend $2,500, $3,000 plus. So yeah,
okay.
There's a scope there to spend lots of money if you've got it. But for the enthusiast to start, $300. Yeah.
Now, what speeds are we talking about here?
Actually, they look a little bit faster than they actually go. Usually around about 35 kilometres an hour. Most of the cars are doing sort of top speed.
Now, how often do you guys do this, and what are the time frames that we're looking at if somebody wants to come down?
Okay, basically we run here every Friday night, with the exception of probably 3 months over the winter when it's a little bit too wet to run. Other than that, every Friday night, people are usually here about 6:30. We aim to get racing underway by 7:30. And then, because we get a few kids involved, and we hope to get a few more kids, we try and get everything wound up by about 10:30, 11.
Okay. What if somebody wants to get started far as technique goes, what would you have to be good at this?
Good eye-hand coordination more than anything. Be able to watch your car, sort of watch a few feet ahead of the car to see where it's going, and then sort of be quick on the radio control unit to keep them in a straight line.
Now, how many cars can you guys have on these tracks at the same time if you're racing?
When we're racing, we have a maximum of 10 cars on the track. We've actually got a computerised system to lap score for us, and that can only cope up with to 10 cars. So 10's the max.
Oh, beautiful. Now, if somebody wants to get started with this and get involved with the clubs, an excellent club, by the way, if you could please give them the name once again, because I probably screwed it up, and a couple of phone numbers.
Yeah, sure. It's the West Coast Model Rally Club, and as we said, run on Friday nights. Probably the best contact person is Jerry Lowe, and his phone numbers are 9379 0116 or 9321 2886. Give him a buzz and he can give you a bit of a hand on getting started.
Now I'm here speaking with Ryan, who was just told me that he watches the show religiously every week. And I just want to say hello, Ryan, and how you going?
Good, mate. How are you going?
Good. Now, what brings you out here tonight?
My mate Brock, he's well, my mate Adam, his youngest brother, races down here. Just got into it recently and loves the sport, or whatever you could call it. So down here to, have a watch. It's good fun watching it, actually.
Okay, then, and you would suggest this would be a pretty happening sport for young people to get involved to, or people of all ages?
Oh, yeah. It teaches you a lot of things, It's, I don't know, it's good fun, Friday night, come out, race your remote control car and see how good you are.
Was there anybody you'd like to say hello to?
I'll say hello to my mate Bark and Mickey and...
Is it Bart Simpson or Bart?
No, Bark as in musical Bark.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I'll say hello to Bark. How you going, Bark? Here I am.
How you doing, Bart? All right then. Well, thanks a lot, mate, and do have a good night.
Good day.
Well, I'm here with Michael John Keys, I've been told. And Michael's one of the racers, and he actually let me hold his remote control. So I'm getting ready to flash back here now. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, good. It's a nice night, Everything's cool, yeah.
Okay, now how long have you been coming down here, and what got you involved in this?
Well, I started this when I was about, only a couple of years ago. But I had a basic car when I was about 16. And I don't know what happened, but I bought one at a swap meet and I got it going, and I got back into it, bought the magazines, and I've got this thing now. It's cost about $1,000. So.
Okay, that's pretty high tech. That's probably more than some of the cars we have at Balls and all. Now, actually, this remote control, can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, that's the first time I've used that one tonight, and I'm not
well, you better not explain anything about that.
That one is actually called a pistol grip. You can actually get a stick one, which is a little bit easier to use, but they're more of a natural, because you've got your pull back trigger, and you've actually got your wheel like as you're in your car, so it's pretty simple. A lot of the kids.
Now, is there anybody you'd like to thank? I mean, like, who is that young man over there off camera? Come on over here, young man off camera.
This is Paul Jones. He works at Perth Hobby Centre on Saturdays.
Wait, Paul. Let's do this. All right. Now, how you doing, Paul?
Good, thanks.
Now, how old are you, Paul?
14.
14. Now, you're good with these controls, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Now, have you done a good job of keeping these guys under control? I know some of these remote control drivers, they're pretty tough on the roads.
Yeah.
You've done a great job?
Yeah.
Good on you. Now, what school do you go to?
Aaron Moore.
Aaron Moore. Is there anybody you want to say hello to?
Yeah, hi to all my mates at Aaron Moore College. Tim, Ben, Stephen, Karen. Yeah.
Your girlfriend? Oh, okay, well, that's another story later. Enjoy the bliss while you can. Now, anyway, we just want to thank you guys for coming on, and definitely have a nice night.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, we're still here at, I think, Bard Park it is.
I think it is pretty luxurious as well.
East Perth, and just behind the old power station, you might remember, it's still remnants of it there, next to the beautiful Swan River. And thanks to everyone there at the remote controls. Don't forget, if you want to go down and have a bit of fun with them, get in touch with them and have a good time.
They're lots of fun to play with, as I found, yeah.
And we're about to go to a break. We'll be back with more from here, just sitting on a bench out in the middle of a park somewhere.
Welcome back, everyone, from the break. That was a good story before the break. The next story we're going to is 8 ball. Am I correct, Mish?
Yeah, we went up to the Rangeview Hotel, and thanks to Rod Evans, one of our heroes, came down and gave a bit of help. And James spoke to the people there with a bit of 8 ball. So if you like a bit of pool,
Yes, a bit of snooker as well.
Pool, snooker, billiards, whatever it may be, they're going to have a big $10,000 challenge coming up soon. And let's have a look at the story, because I'm sure they're going to tell you all about it.
Hi everybody, we're down here at the Rangeview Hotel in Eden Hill, and I'm speaking with the manager, Malcolm. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Now we're here covering a sport which is in every pub in Australia, I suppose. It's pool. Now can you tell me about some of the competitions that run here? We're here on a Wednesday night. What are all the people doing here behind us?
Well, on Wednesday we've got 4 pool sides that plays what we call our winter competition, and there's 2 of them here tonight. 2 play away. Basically 1 week 2 are here, and the other week the other 2 are here. So every Wednesday we've got 2 sides here, and that goes for the winter competition.
Yeah.
And we also have another side which plays Tuesday in it's our Super League side. They play on Tuesday night.
Okay. And what are the rules for Super League, in case anyone there is not too sure about it?
Well, Super League's basically your top of the range player. Players are playing for the state and in that sort of league, whereas these people who play tonight, they're more your average pub people, just your ordinary guys who just love a game of pool.
Yeah. Which is always good. Now, also on Thursday nights down here at the Rangeview Hotel, anyone can come in. You said there's some prize money?
Yeah, on Thursday night we have a $250 pool comp, and that's anyone can come in at all. We handicap it, so if it's just an average player, we give them an opportunity they've got to play a top of the range player. It's the best of 3 and they've already won 1, so it gives them a great opportunity to come along, and we give some great response from that.
Obviously it makes it easier, especially if you're playing a mug like me who's shocking at pool. But now how many sides are down here in total?
We have 5 sides in total. I said there's 4 that play Wednesday and 1 on Tuesday night.
Yeah. Now, another question I want to ask you, there's a big competition coming up, a $10,000 competition, and it's going to be the first time ever held here in WA. Can you explain a bit about it and getting it off the ground and some of the things that you hope to see happen?
Yeah, that's something, it's been an idea of Guy Alan Brown's had for a while, and we've shoveled it around a little bit, and it's got a great concept. Basically what we want to do is get the 16 best players in the state to play in a competition. It's going to be for $10,000. That's the prize money we're trying to look at. It's going to be invites only, so not anyone can play. The players have to get a certain criteria to be invited, and part of it is lifting the profile of pool within the state, because a lot of players that aren't playing pool probably for the state side probably could be, but they aren't for lack of interest or whatever. We're just trying to lift that profile, and part of the qualification is you have to try out for the state side, like go to the season tournaments and have a go, and that's part of the criteria of coming down for this comp. So in general it will just lift up pool so much, and there's some excellent players out there just they're not playing to be found.
So pretty much when it does take off, and it will maybe in September this year, it's pretty much the best way for, I suppose, like a stepping stone into getting into like a state side where we get to play against other states. Would you say that?
Oh, for sure. But the competition that we'll give them is the best competition you'll get around. So when you do go and play for the state, you've had that competition for probably a 9-week period, and it's great build-up.
Okay, so it goes over quite a few weeks.
Yeah, 9 weeks we're looking at the moment, running over,
That's fantastic. I mean, it's obviously one of those sports where you just got to keep playing. I mean, the minute you stop and you come back to it, it makes it a lot harder for you, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if these guys didn't play for a couple of weeks, I think straight away they drop off, I just hate to think the hours they put into it, because I know when the season tournaments all that are on, they spend a lot of time, doing it. So very dedicated people.
Now, I mean, it's exciting competition coming up. If anyone wants to get inside of it and just come down and have a look, or also if anyone wants to come down and join one of the teams you got down here or have a go on the Thursday, what's the number here for the Rangeview Hotel, Malcolm?
Yeah, just call the Rangeview on 9279 4222, and I'm sure someone can help you out with whatever.
No worries. Thank you very much for your time. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And now I'm speaking with Tanya. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And Sylvia, how you going?
Not bad at all, thanks.
Great. Now you play actually for the league, do you?
I play for the West Australian 8 Ball Federation.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you actually get into that?
I started about 14 years ago when my dad started playing. Yeah.
Just a little bit of practice there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
And how long have you been in the National League?
Around about for the the past 4 to 5 years. Yeah, on and off. Yeah, 1 year made it, 1 year didn't make it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you play against guys as well, or is it only just a full-on women's league?
Right. What I play in is just all women's. Yeah. So.
Okay. And how do you find the competition here in Perth?
The ladies, there's a good few players. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good to see. There's a lot of girls playing now. Yeah.
Now, what about you, Sylvie? Do you play in the same league?
I play in the league, or not in the federation, and it's totally different. Yeah.
What's some of the main differences?
Basically, we don't actually play for a state team. We only play for the actual league.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
And how long have you actually been playing?
I've been playing for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
And where do you hope to grow from this?
Well, hopefully I can get my standards up high enough so I can jump into federation side and maybe go up into state league, federation. Yeah.
Okay. How many games in total is there to like a season?
We've got, I think it's about 22 nights, and you play 4 games each night. Yeah.
Okay, Tanya, you actually went away to the seeding championship. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Last year we went away in November to Queensland, to Cairns, and competed against all the other states. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you go away with like a state team and compete over there? Or?
Yeah, there was 6 girls, and there was probably, I don't really know, about 13 men went through. Yeah.
And how'd you go?
Our team, ourselves, didn't do too well. It was very hot there, very hot. The conditions, there was no air conditioning, so that was a bit hard. Yeah, it was so hard. Yeah, but me myself, I was happy with the way I played. I didn't win that many frames, but I was happy with the way I played. Yeah.
And you're hoping to go away again this year?
Oh, I am. Yeah, Tasmania this year. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Tasmania before?
No, I haven't. No.
You have to let me know what it's like. I've never been either.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get there.
Okay, and you're actually an adjudicator here. Can you explain a little bit about your job and what you have to do?
Well, everyone gets a turn at adjudicating, but basically what we do is keep an eye out on both players and see if they stick to the rules, and if they don't, then we obviously adjudicate and say two shots. Or
So you can actually give penalties away and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have you had to give many away?
They do, yeah. Yeah, it's a really fun job.
Oh, you love it?
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, ladies. Pleasure talking to you, and I hope you go well in the future.
Thanks.
Well, thanks to everyone down at the Rangeview Hotel in Eden Hill. Now, they are having a $10,000 challenge, so if you want to get involved, just give them a call. And what else is coming up, Moose?
Oh, there's tons of things coming up, but as you all know, the footy's going, and we on Balls and All are pretty sad to hear the news. We were down in Mandurah, as you know, about Peel Thunder, and on that day, when we left them, they were 5 goals to 5 points. It was something.
The Lucky Charms just left, so that's what must have happened.
We should have stayed, but a bit sad to hear that the other guys all got together and kind of booted them out, whatever. I don't think that's really the way to go, but then again, I'm not into it too much.
Maybe they were just sad of us leaving and just sort of load them down.
I would have given them a call and said, hey, Peel Thunder, how can we help as your league, rather than, get lost. Hey, let's go to some footy that we did a while back. I'm sorry it took so long to get there, but to the Carlisle Cougars. Let's have a look at them. G'day everyone, it's Moose here, and as you can see, I'm down with the footy boys, the Carlisle Cougars, and I'm having a chat with the captain of the team. He's going to tell us a little bit about it. Named Simon. Simon, how you going, mate?
G'day Moose, how you going?
Good. Tell us a little bit about the Carlisle Cougars.
Well, I've been down here for 5 years, and it's enjoyable club to be down at. They're very welcoming.
Good bunch of guys, good group.
Yeah, top bunch of guys. We've had our mixes of ups and downs. Last year we were in the grand final, which we lost. But going back when I first come down here, it wasn't uncommon to get flogged every weekend. So we've sort of seen a few ups and downs at the club.
Well, sport's changing according to the ministry. They reckon, people are moving away from this, but you got a good squad tonight. There seems to be a lot of emotion here, and you've also moved from E grade up to D now.
Yeah, that's right.
So how are the changes looking there?
Probably a bit early to tell. Maybe midway through the season we'll have a better idea, but most of the guys from last year hung around, and it's always good to see young guys coming through, 18, 19-year-old guys coming down that can play the game, so they help out a bit.
A lot of fit, agile guys out there.
Yeah.
Now you're the captain, and what position do you actually play out on the field?
I've been playing in the centre this year.
All right. Now, you've been with the last 5 years E grade, moved to D. Have you had much opportunity to scope the other teams and have a look at whatever?
Yeah, the opposition are a lot better than the opposition that we faced last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, every year, one of the team that wins and the runner-up normally go up a grade.
Yeah.
And so, well, I've been here for 5 years, so I've seen a few of the teams go up, and I remember them as being competitive. Whether they still are or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, they don't. When they go up, they're normally pretty good teams. So,
Yeah, well,
we'll
And as you move up, do you find that obviously the pressure's on you to stay there? Because you're also the first option to maybe lose it, is that right? And move back down again?
The big negative of it is that if you're losing games, the guys don't hang around, you know, and your club can shrink to half its size.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah, so it's important that we maintain a certain level of winning of games, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that we will do that this year. So you know, if we don't take out the flag or aim in the grand final, I'd expect us to feature in the finals anyway.
Oh, well, good confidence. Now, if someone wants to get involved, they want to maybe come down and have a go. What nights do you train?
We train at, this is Parnham Park. We train here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock sharp. We play every Saturday. The Reggies start at, I think it's 12:15, and the league's at 2:30, I think it is.
And do you play all over the area?
Yeah, depending on which teams we're matched up against, we could be anywhere from Mosman Park up to Whitfords, or down to Coburn, somewhere like that.
All right.
And 1 week at our ground, the next week at theirs.
Okay.
But yeah, if there's any young guys out there in the area, in Vic Park or Carlisle area, Redcliffe, Rivervale, come on down, introduce yourself to myself or the coach. His name's Dick Manning, and make yourself available. And it doesn't matter if you've never played the game before, like a lot of the blokes here, or if you're used to playing, you just want to put the boots back on. Yeah, come on down.
Well, I see Andrew out there playing. He's a Canadian. What would he know about this game?
He's picked it up quite well, Moose.
yeah, he's doing better than me. Now, do you know the phone number if someone wants to give you a call, or a web page or anything like that?
I don't know any of the numbers, but I'll give you my number. It's 9470-2067. That's my home number. And also, if there's any...
I was about to say, he's also looking for a woman, is that right? Your girlfriend.
Yeah, cheers for that, mate. Yeah.
You're actually looking for a strapper, maybe, if someone...
That's right. Yeah, if there's a trainer out there, we've lost our one from last year. It is a paid position.
Where'd
so
she go?
If you're looking...
Did she go anywhere? Oh, she just left.
She went and moved down to Bunbury.
I thought you meant you lost her. All right, yeah, because you're travelling away. You might not pick her up or something. So if anyone wants to do it, they can give you a call.
Yeah, and if you're interested in coming down and giving us a hand, we'd be keen to catch up with you.
Yeah, you need it, of course, in this game a lot. So if you're a strapper, you know a bit about it, you want to come down and have a bit of a go, help them out. I'm having a chat with Dick Manning, who's actually the new coach of the Carlisle Cougars. Is that right? You've only come in this year?
Yes, yeah. Actually, I did coach them 18 years ago, but had a break elsewhere. I'm back this year for the start again.
Yeah, because there was the Eagles and the Dockers. You had to go help them out. Is that right?
Not quite, but yeah. I'll go occasionally.
Okay, so we got the old coach back, being the new coach now with the Carlisle Cougars. Last year, as you know, went from E grade to this year D. So how are they looking so far?
Oh, they've been training pretty hard. We basically work on skill and their fitness, and we work them hard on the track. Don't work for a long time, only work for about an hour, but we work full ball for 1 hour, and then they have a break after that, and they seem to appreciate it, and they know they only got an hour to work, so they do work solidly for an hour, and the skills are picked up, and the fitness is coming along. And
now, with the team, you got your I suppose you call them the senior team as well as the reserves.
Yes.
How they shaping up as a team? You know, how they bonding and working it together.
We spend a fair bit of time all training together. Tuesday night we spend the whole night training together, and Thursday night we start off together doing the preliminaries, warming up and early ball work, and then we split up into our team groups later on, so everyone gets to know each other a little bit better. The league team perhaps work a little bit harder with their better skills and better fitness, but the reserves team, they played well on the weekend. It's one club, two teams, but one club, so the league side go along to watch the reserves and support them, and and vice versa. After the reserves are finished, they hang around and watch the league side.
How do you feel the season's going to look like? Who do you feel is your probably your biggest competitors? Because you've come from E to D now. What's it changes the whole game, doesn't it? Really, just moving.
Well, D grade's changed slightly from last year as well. Some teams have gone into a different competition, the thirds and fourths from the A and B grade clubs. So D grade's a little bit unknown, but we know there's some very good sides, and it looks like being a really tough competition. You have to play good football every week to have any success at all, because Kalamunda are very good. They're undefeated last season. Warnborough, Ferndale and Melville, we know, are very good sides. Wanderers didn't lose a game last year. They've come up from E grade, so they'll be very good also. Kabuli Yokine, not sure about them at this stage, but it can be a very tough competition. Everyone seems to be very even, and I think other clubs will be feeling the same thing, that the competition looks very, very tough, very even. And just a case of keeping your best footballers playing, not too many injuries.
Out of injury, yeah.
And you could get there.
This is just a fill-in oval. Where do you normally play, and where do you normally train at?
Our normal oval's Carlisle Reserve.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now,
and Thursdays.
If someone wants to get in touch with you, they can just come down, of course, Tuesday or Thursday evening from 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock we start training, but 5:30 all the guys arrive, and by the time they warm up and are ready for full training at 6 o'clock, we get into dinkum training, but we're doing our gentle exercises and warming up before that.
That's the only time I do.
Anytime from 5:30 onwards, feel free, drop down if you live in around the Carlisle Lachlan area. We'd be very happy to see any more footballers, especially
even
those.
If you don't. Now, if someone wants to get in contact, what's the phone number if they want to give you a call?
You can call me on my mobile 0418 944 251, and we'll have a chat about footy and see how things work out from there.
Come down if you're in the area, you want to have a bit of a go. Great game, of course, as you know it anyway. And come and play for the Carlisle Cougars. All the best to you, Dick.
Thanks very much.
Don't forget, all these guys, they do get out, and girls, get out and play the sports, the footy and everything else. And if there's one nearby you, make sure you go down and give them a visit, watch the games. They surely appreciate you being one of their fans and helping them out. So
it was fun watching too. A lot of excitement and stuff.
A lot of great athletes there. All right, well, we're off to a break, so don't forget about the Carlisle Cougars. Okay, welcome back from the break, everyone. Smoose and
Action Man.
Action Hand. And let's go to a story right now that Wayne did recently with some young kids beating the crap out of each other doing some martial arts.
Hello, now we're here in Greenwood, and I'm here with a special guest here, Sean Allen. Now, I actually got my meal money taken from me a couple of days, so let's say if I want to get into martial arts and what have you, what would I have to do, Sean? How you doing, first?
I'm very good. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, mate.
Well, I suppose that's one of the reasons why a lot of people would join our academy and many martial arts academies, because of the fact that they have been either attacked or threatened in some way, or they feel that they could be.
Right. Now, okay, now what got you involved in it yourself?
No, good question. Probably as a kid, I was picked on, bullied at school, and decided, well, I better learn some self-defense, because I couldn't talk my way out of it.
So good on you. Now, to set something up like this, I mean, like you guys have how many students?
We've got nearly 500 students at this stage.
Wow, that's pretty big. Now, how long have you guys been going?
I started up the business in about 1988, obviously on a part-time venture then, and then as I sort of grew better and better at teaching, the school grew with it, and basically I sort of made the decision about 10 years ago that I wanted to do it full-time.
Okay, now your particular background in it, like what belt did you get up to? If you could just tell people some of the background.
Well, I mean, originally when I started the martial arts training was when I was just finishing high school. I started to be a teacher.
Okay.
And I was teaching for a while, and I was about, I think I was a second Dan when I first started up the martial arts academy, and I'm a sixth Dan now.
Excellent. Now, for a lot of people that don't know a lot about martial arts, the Dan, I mean, a lot of people say, okay, I know about being a black belt and what have you. Could we explain the Dan?
Okay. Most people are aware of the fact that at the start of the whole scenario, you got a white belt, and then you go through to a black belt. They don't realise that a lot of times after that, there are 10 levels or Dans after that. And Dan is like a measure of maturity in a martial arts sense.
Okay.
So what we say is, right, you may have your black belt, but you're still a child as a black belt. And as you mature into your belt, we give you 1 Dan, 2nd Dan, up to 10th Dan.
Okay. Now, let's say if someone is a black belt and they want to become a first dan, what extra do they have to do? I guess that's the basic thing people want to know. What extra do they have to do? Is it more on a basis of setting up something like this, or is there another level you have to aspire to?
Later on, that can be an impact, and can have an impact. Initially, with the belt levels coloured below black, you're learning techniques to get yourself like the chance to be able to train as a black belt. So it's not like you're a master yet. But as we go through the black belt dans, yes, there are different challenges. For instance, some of our dans are weaponry gradings. Some of our dans are defending yourself against more than one person. Some of our dans involved kickboxing and fitness.
Oh,
so it just depends what the dan is.
Excellent. Now, I mean, you got over 500 students, so obviously they're loving the program. What would some of the training be like for, say, someone, they say 12, 13 years old, entry level? Is there any fitness work you would suggest that they do outside of this training to get themselves
Probably
ready?
not necessary, and unfortunately these days a lot of 12 and 13 year olds don't do a lot of fitness work. So we will cater for them coming in twice a week. Obviously there's a physical aspects to their training, the blocks, the punches, the kicks, the fitness work and so on, but a big part of what we do is what we call the character development.
Right.
Where we talk to the kids about self-control and respect and discipline, because that's what makes a martial art what it is. Otherwise it's just street fighting.
Exactly, yeah. We've got a couple of people on our staff that we try to, you know, actually martial arts would be good for them because I'm tired of them kicking me around. So, oh, that's good. Now, okay, now obviously 500 students, you have a bit of help. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, we have full-time staff members, a few of, but most of it are part-timers, because obviously our classes are from 3 in the afternoon to about 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
Yes, I've got some career-type guys who do this full-time. But a lot of people, they knock off work and they come in and they work, you know, 4 hours, 5 hours for me per week, and they do what they've been training in the last 4 or 5 years, and that's passing on their knowledge to others, which is what martial arts is all about.
Now, Sean, start as we chat a little bit more. This is even more interesting than a lot of people would even know. Some of the people that you work with, is there anyone that has aspired to the international level?
Yeah, well, a lot of the students these days, depending on the organisation, might have their own fighting competitions.
Right.
Our competition work that we focus on is full contact kickboxing. We've got state title holders, national title holders, you know, within WA, but because it's a full contact ring sport, probably 98% of my clientele just wants to do it for fun, for fitness, for self-defence, and don't want to put their noses and their lives on the line.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I'm definitely like that myself. Now, if somebody wanted to get involved with this, I mean, you already have a big club and you're going well, but if someone else wanted to get involved and maybe want to start, what's the phone number and what would they have to do?
Okay. Our phone number is 9247 4800. And what we do is we have a club south of the river, we have a club north of the river, so no matter which area the people live in, we can cater for that. And what we do is, as a result of watching the TV program, we've got an introductory program that we're putting on for free.
Okay.
So if you mention the name of the TV program, all we'll do is explain that they get 2 lessons and go through all the basics, give them a royal tour just to see what they like.
Oh, that's brilliant. And remember now, this is in Greenwood. Obviously, once you ring up, you'll get the full details. It's a fantastic sport, and come on down and see how you go. Look at these two weaklings. What the heck are y'all doing? What is that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just want to get an interview in. Come on over here. I'm so used to getting beat up. At least I know how to run. Anyway, I'm here with Therese, and I'm here with Helen. How you guys doing?
Good. Yes.
Oh, now, can you tell us your background in it, Therese, first with you?
In martial arts?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I started here at Sean's year and 4 months ago now.
Okay.
Never ever done any martial arts before in my whole life. I had 2 brothers growing up, that was about it.
Yeah, that'll make you do it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I love it. I do the boxing over here as well as Zendo Kai. And I'm going for my brown belt grading in September. So,
good on you.
Yeah.
All right. Good on you. Now, Helen.
Yes.
Now, I must say, Helen used to play for me at East Side Basketball State League, so she's got skills all over the place. How you doing, Helen?
Oh, pretty good, thanks.
Now, what got you involved in it?
Mainly fitness, bit of self-defence. I drove my brother down, you know, just for a bit of fun, something different.
Okay.
Yeah, found out, totally loved it, and still here.
So Sean's a great coach.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. The best.
Oh, cool. How you doing, Sean? Say that or die. No, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, for some people starting up, I mean, there's been a lot of spate of home break-ins and what have you, I mean, on the elderly and what have you. I mean, obviously, sometimes they'd be too old to train, but what would probably be the oldest person in your club?
74, isn't it? I was about 76.
Wow! Well, I guess you're never too old, huh?
No, he's doing really well too.
Oh, good on him. Yeah, I'm having trouble getting out of Vietnam, let alone I'm 76. All right, dude. Now, guys, you would strongly recommend this to anyone, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially where y'all just kicked my butt over there. I might have to start doing it myself. No, just kidding. Thanks a lot, guys, and wish you guys every success with it.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, don't forget, if you're up in that area around the Greenwood area and you want to have a bit of a go, or you want to send your kids there, make sure you get in touch with them and go down and have a bit of a bash.
Yeah, and the story that's coming up is I went to Mandurah in a sidecar.
You're on my track.
Yeah, see, I'm screwing up here and there. Now, it was for road safety, so check this out.
Howdy everyone, I'm the Action Man, and I'm here in Mandurah with Claire Parker, who's from Roadwise. Yep, Roadwise. And also Senior Constable
Greg Robinson.
That's it, Greg Robinson, okay. Okay, now what is today all in aid of?
Basically, we're the Roadwise Committee of the Town of Victoria Park, and one of the issues that we identified for road safety was motorcycle riders. A number of motorcycle riders died last year, 29 in fact, and it had been identified as an issue that needed addressing. So as part of the committee and what we do, Greg came along, and he's a motorcycle enthusiast as well as a motorcycle cop, and so using him we've set up some motorcycle workshops in an effort to address road safety.
Now, what was involved in getting all this up and running?
Basically, just a lot of volunteer work from our committee. Daughter Hanson in particular was on our motorcycle subcommittee, and a lot of support from the Town of Victoria Park and the City of Mandurah in just coordinating, letting the media know, trying to organise to make sure it was a very safe ride and getting the public awareness of the event.
So how do you think motorcycle riders took to today?
I think people have really been enjoying it. From the people that I've spoken to, it's been a really good event, and certainly we had a lot more people participate than we had expected, so that's terrific. And hopefully next year when we do the same event we'll have bigger numbers and in the end hopefully less motorcycle fatalities.
So how many people do you estimate are actually here today?
I'd say close to 200. We've got 117 bikes, and a lot of those have pillion riders, I think they're called. Excuse my lack of knowledge on motorcycles, but yeah, probably close to 200, and we really thought it'd be a good event if we got 50, so yeah, congratulations to everybody for their hard work.
And myself in a sidecar, mind you. Now, what other events does Roadwise have in the future for motorcycle riders?
Basically what we want to try and do is work with the group that we've been building a rapport with to try and take their ideas on board as what needs addressing for motorcycle road safety. So we'll be taking the ideas of the participants today and developing other motorcycle workshops and courses for them.
Now, if someone wanted to get in contact with Roadwise to find out when other riders are going, is there a number they can call?
They can call 9213-2066. That's Rachel's number. Rachel's a helper in the office there, and she's aware of all the functions that we have coordinated for road safety in the community.
Now let's talk with the police side of things. Now, from your point of view, what was involved in getting this up and running?
A lot of work, a lot of nervous moments, but basically really with my bosses at my station, because I'm from the South East Metropolitan Traffic Office, must submit now it helps when the bosses are right behind us, so that's really helped us along, allowing us time to get involved and help with the community and get things up and running.
So from the ride, because this was from Vic Park to Mandurah, if you guys don't quite know, how do you think the other motorists took to such a large contingent of motorcycles?
Certainly would have caused a bit of a stir, because we had a few moments there on the freeway trying to get cars out of the way and cutting into the group, but hopefully the whole intention of the exercise was to raise the awareness of motorcycles, and like the manager assistant mayor said, 100 motorcycles coming into town certainly gets attention, so I think in that respect it's been quite successful and should grab people's attention.
So once you're in Mandurah, what were some of the events that were going on?
Well, at the moment we're about halfway through, but the first event we've had is just a bit of a weave. Again, this is a skill-based exercise, slow speed, just more balance. What we're next about to run now is what we call figure of eights, a series of 3 figure of eights where the rider has to go around and keep control of the bike. And we've had sausage sizzles and free drinks and generally good fun.
Now, you said off camera that you do run a lot of safety courses and such. Could you go into that a bit more?
Yeah, well, as a police officer, one of my primary roles is the education of motorists, and to this end, we have the hard method of where we issue infringement notices and stop people speeding, that sort of thing, which is very common knowledge. But one of the other methods we have in our repertoire is designing courses for the public, and up to this stage we have run a motorcycle safety seminar over a period of 3 months, covering different subjects, some including motorcycles and the law, motorcycle maintenance and care of your motorcycle, and then finally we finished that off just last month with the skills day, where basically we're doing all similar to exercises to this, but a bit more extended over the whole day.
Now, as the crew will probably understand, I'm not exactly the most safest of drivers, but how do you find that other motorists take to motorcyclists?
I think probably one of the biggest problems motorcyclists have, and it's a common complaint, is that the car drivers just don't see the motorcyclist. And that's, again, what we want to try and do is raise the awareness of other road users of motorcycles, just to let them know that we're out there and to recognise us and give us our space on the road, because that is really one of the problems, cars pulling out in front of bikes and colliding. That's one of the big troubles we have.
Now, one of the things that made quite of the motorcyclists laugh was during your speech you were offering a free safety check.
Yes, that'll be the third exercise, where if they like to come and have their bikes checked out, we will go through their bikes, have a look, and a few blokes may be a bit nervous about having a policeman look through their bike voluntarily, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, and there's free stickers for all, yeah.
If we have a couple of yellow ones for people.
Now before I go, I found that I was actually in the sidecar, and the two things I found that were the worst about being on a motorcycle was, one, the other drivers, and B, sneezing into your helmet. How do you find that happens?
Well, I've actually got a BMW helmet which is a flip top, so I can flip it up and sneeze away. So it's not a problem for me.
It's awfully hard filming through a helmet, but here is one question I do have. I was actually in a sidecar his parents were the driver. Take my life in my hands there, but they were a little unsure the law on the person in the sidecar having a helmet. What's the deal with that?
I have spoken to Mum about this already. You must wear a helmet because it is classed as a motorcycle. They're registered as motorcycles, so when you're in a motorcycle and sidecar, passenger has to wear a helmet too.
See, there we go. Well, welcome back from that story. Now, it was all about safety, so sort of keep an eye out for motorcycles and stuff. We do have another story coming up, which is about Father Brian's Crisis Care. It's a charity ride, so get in the spirit of things and donate. Winter is coming up, so they need blankets and tin food and other items like that. So
definitely get behind Father Brian's Crisis Care. Now, another story we did a while back is we went down and watched the guy doing a bit of Elvis. But you're letting me be bop bop. Supposed to do bop bop. A bunch of young girls having a bit of a go with helping behind the scenes when an Elvis impersonator came. We went down to the Perth Concert Hall. The management could certainly use a bit of a course in politeness.
That book he gave me on manners, they could help, bro.
Yes, a bit politer would have been very nice at the concert hall. But the young girls were beautiful and they were fantastic. So let's have a look at their story. Hi everybody, it's Moose here, and I'm down the back of the concert hall, and I've just gone through the bins, there was nothing there, but I'm here with the president of the Rock and Roll Society, Rock and Roll Dance Society, is that right? I'm talking to Dee anyway. Hi Dee, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
And tell us a bit about the society.
In Perth itself?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we hope to spread further than Perth. We hope to be Australia-wide shortly. Might take a couple of years, but we are getting there. These are our girls.
Hello girls, how are you? Get to them. I'll get their names because you just did the what we call the handball. Hi, and your name?
Ellie.
Ellie?
I'm Stacey. Bianca. I'm Kayla.
And you guys have just been out there doing a bit of dancing and everything. How do you feel about it?
It's great. It's a good experience.
Right now, 3 of you I understand are going away soon on a state competition. Tell us a bit about that.
We'll be competing in the Nationals in Sydney coming November. It's a really good experience and we're all competing. Hopefully we'll get somewhere and represent WA and win.
Right now, have you been in one of these competitions before?
Yeah, we went to Melbourne last year and we did very well over there.
You obviously won gold. I mean, you know. And have you been in one of these competitions before?
Yes, I also represented WA last year in Melbourne.
Fantastic. And you guys all like mainly stay together when you're doing your competition, or is it individual, or what is it?
We mostly stay together. Yeah.
Okay, and you're from the dance studio, which is?
Oh, Summer Swing.
Summer Swing Dance Studio.
Okay, now when did you guys, like what age did you, for instance, start dancing?
I started at 11.
So like a couple of weeks ago type of thing?
No, 2.5 years ago.
Okay, and you?
Yeah, I was 12, which was about 2.5 years ago as well.
All right.
I was 9, which makes 7, 8, something like that years. 7, 8 years.
Okay, and you?
I was 11, which was 6 years ago.
Now, where does it actually take you to once you're into this dancing? Obviously, you're backing the great concert tonight.
Yes, we perform it everywhere.
Here, there, and everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.
What would be one of the funniest things that's ever happened to you so far? I can see him already laughing on the corner there. What would you say?
I would say ripping a dress or a skirt coming off.
Sounds like Action Man.
Yeah, knickers falling down, something like that.
Still sounds like Action Man. So when you guys are out there, obviously you got to concentrate on your steps and everything, because really, especially when you're all together. So how long do you guys actually train to do something like tonight?
All together, we've probably trained about, for tonight we had 2 weeks, so probably about 15 hours all up nearly.
Fantastic effort. And how do you feel you're going to go over in Melbourne, is it?
No, actually Sydney. Hopefully we'll go really, really well, but it'll be really good just to make it into the finals. So.
Congratulations to you all. And they're going to bring back gold once again. Maybe the shorts will be gold this time. You never know. Congratulations, girls, anyway. Now, come back over here. Now, tell us, someone wants to know a bit more about the Rock and Roll Dance Society. How do they find out about it?
How do they find out? They can, we have people all over the place in Perth. They just ask somebody. They can have my phone number if they want to, or they can get in touch with Marcia.
Yeah.
Marcia has a dance studio, so her number is advertised everywhere. Do you want those numbers?
Yes.
Okay, Marcia's number is 9255.
Sounds like telethon, doesn't it, or a peel-a-thon?
3575. And my number...
So for a good time, what was that number again?
I don't think so.
And yeah, we'll get the web page. Yeah, she's hiding in the background.
Address, I'm afraid Marcia has that address.
No, we'll get that. That's on the screen right now as we speak.
Oh, great, that's good.
See it there? Look, there it is. And what about the Rock and Roll Society?
Society, they can contact me, and my phone number is 0422 914 923.
So you don't call yourself that often, do you?
No, I don't.
Usually when I call myself, there's no one at the other end anyway.
Same here, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations to you all. You've done a great job. Great credit to West Australia. And if you want to know a bit more about the dance or the rock and roll, get in touch with those numbers. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, the girls were very good, I found, in that story. The costumes are very well made. There's one that looked like I Dream of Genie, so it was very well done, I thought.
Fantastic it was. They were beautiful there, and it was wonderful. Very good. Very good. We wish them all the best in their upcoming competition. Now, the Time Glow people, as you know, we gave away $2,000 not too long ago, and they actually did another draw, and they wanted to give a $500 prize to the Bassendean Amateur Junior Football Club. They sent in so many entries. It was fantastic. So Time Glow, thanks very much for that, and I'm sure the Bassendean gang there, they can certainly use the help. Now, Action Man with Time Glow, they made our new shirts.
Wonderful shirts, but they're awfully hard to keep clean though.
Especially when you got a big gut and you're trying to eat. Too many
Action Man doing all these stunts. See, I want some more
And
stunts.
you want some more stunts, don't you?
Yeah, not in these shirts. They have to get them really dirty. So.
Email us, send us your challenge. We're waiting for that one about how long he can stay underwater till he stops kicking. Don't forget, if you want your story on, email us. Go to our webpage, www.ballsandall.com.au. Get behind the Father Brian Christmas appeal, because it is winter time. They're chasing blankets. You got too many blankets in the cupboard, and maybe they're collecting moth eggs or something.
Even if you only got one, it's way too many. Get someone who actually needs it.
Help them out, because it's winter time and they touch so many lives, and you can be just a small part helping. Actually, you'd be a big part to help. Well, everyone, thanks for watching the show. Hope you've enjoyed your long weekend. You're all ready for work again tomorrow. Next week, we've got a great show coming up about a guy, Movin' Melvin Brown, who came a while back. We only went down and caught him in his rehearsal. We didn't go there prepared to do a whole show, but he was so fantastic we decided to do it. So you'll catch up with James and Wayne next week when they do their the show, and then the following week we'll be showing you what happened at the Manage 'em Up No Mercy Challenge.
Which we had a ball down there, which was good.
I don't know how he said that, because we're there right now while you're watching the show. But we did have a good time, didn't we?
We will have a good time, see?
Yeah, of course we will. And while we're there, we're going to also try to show you a bit more about Manage 'em Up and Pemberton and all that area, which might go to air the following week. So stick with us here on Balls and All. We thank you for all your support. It's fantastic as we walk around. So many people feel that they know us well enough to just come up and talk to us, and that's what we always want to be accessible to you, because we're just everyday goons doing what we do.
And we're excellent at being gooned, I found.
Some people are better than others. Thanks for watching. Every Monday night right here, 9 o'clock, repeated Saturday at 4. Don't forget Cruising's before a great show. Lots of good stuff here on Access 31. And the name of the show is Balls and All. We'll catch you next week.
If you want good sporting apparel, make sure you go to Time Glow. They'll fix you up. And also, if you want to get on the internet, make sure you make a stop at WA Net.